Hello, welcome back to Football Chat Podcast episode 7. We didn't post last week because we wanted a break. We wanted a break. We had midterms, we had homework, we had a lot of shit to do. And this week we're going to be talking about Champions League, the games we missed, and the upcoming games. Ooh, the Liga MX results of last week as well, catching up. We're gonna be talking about how the Mexico both national teams are doing. They made it to the finals. Ooh, and we lost to Wales as well. Oh, and the United States upset too. Oh no. And we're gonna be talking about Major League Soccer coming back. Finally, Gustavo is useful now. And we're gonna be talking about the merger that might be coming up in 2 years or in a year. We know they're doing it for money, but hey, soccer, right, guys? So thoughts on this week's Champions League games. All right. The first game was
Wait, just to clear up, guys. Alberto meant to say football. We don't use that word soccer here. Just to
oh damn
clarify
it.
things. Don't
Damn
roast
it.
them. Don't roast them in the comment sections. But we're, we're,
Oh
we're here to
damn
say
no.
football and not soccer.
Oh damn it. Oh my bad. So the first game was Madrid versus Atlanta, right? From last week's, or did we talk about that? All right, Madrid versus Atlanta. Madrid did good. They knocked out Atlanta like everybody knew they were. I thought Atlanta was gonna do like a comeback because I think the first game ended in a draw, but Madrid did their thing, and they're gonna beat Liverpool coming up. Let's go, Madrid! Thoughts, Fernando?
I thought Madrid played amazing, or quite pretty good. That first goal was an error, but goal's a goal. And yeah, they just advanced. Atalanta didn't play how they usually play, which I think is just a lot of attacking. And yeah, they face Liverpool next, and I guess that's a dub for Liverpool. Hopefully,
Gustavo? No, no, Gustavo. Enzo, just put a clown emoji right there.
My take on the game, you know, good win on Madrid. I was expecting it. Like I said before, they might look sloppy, but they're going to take the dub. 3-1 on that second leg. Beautiful game, beautiful plays. Benzema, Ramos, everyone outstanding. They boosted up the level. That's what I liked about the game, especially. Everyone was just on their A game. Yeah, they let a goal in, they let a goal slip. Like, you can't always be perfect. But yeah, props to Real Madrid. They're going up against a tougher team, Liverpool. Hopefully they don't make it past that because Liverpool got to take it off.
Honestly, Benzema has been since Ronaldo left a star player for Madrid has been showing up when it's needed these days. Now, I'm proud. Benzema always has been a good player, but he has always has been like overshined by in Madrid by like Ronaldo's performance. You know, I'm proud that Benzema's getting to shine.
the next game we got is the Man City game versus Mönchengladbach. And it was quite an easy win for Man City. We all knew they were going through unless something silly from their part would happen, but didn't. So now they advance. Playing Dortmund next. I see I see Guardiola spanking them and advancing to the semis. Semis.
Madrid, of course, they barely have what like they only lost one time in, one time now. I think in this year against Man United. Man City has been dominating, and I think it wasn't like a surprise that Man City won this game. And I could see Man City making it to the semifinals next season. Next season, next. Let's just hope they could keep it up because I want to see Pep Guardiola hold another champion so he could solidify himself as one of the best coaches of all time.
Not gonna lie, I might drift the topic a little over because I just really want to touch on this, man. Like I just want to continue off with what I just said with Madrid. like I'm sorry, like I'm answering your question, Alberto. But this game's getting me hyped because like my family is like hella Madrid fans, dude. And it's gonna be like a hype games happening on Tuesday, bro. Like we're actually having like a whole like party and stuff, bro. Like we're taking this serious. Like we got, you know, it's just crazy. Like I didn't think we would get Madrid. Like that would maybe get like Dortmund or Bayern or something, but we got Madrid, and it's gonna be a hype game. It's gonna be a hype game.
Should
I'm
we
going for
live
the
stream that game? Question mark.
hey.
Have
I
them
see why not.
together.
I see why not.
Hey, calm it down. If y'all want us to live stream that Madrid Liverpool game, we'll pull up to Gustavo's house. Me, Alberto. That'll be fun times.
I'm not a Madrid fan, but they're representing this since Atletico and Barca embarrassingly lost in the round of 16. Madrid has to represent the Spain League, and I feel they will. They're what the most have won Champions League, and they have already won Liverpool in the past. So no biggie for them, bro. Liverpool's gonna win.
Well, let's talk.
Madrid.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first.
Oh, put a clown
Liverpool.
emoji.
Liverpool.
Put a clown emoji on me right now.
But for real, talking about Atletico, they played fucking horrendous against Chelsea. Fucking parked the bus merchant of Simeone. Just awful. I really thought they would make a comeback, but how they played through those 90 minutes was just fucking awful.
It's sad also watching them like play awful in Champions, and now in the Liga, they're they're dropping points. Barca is catching up. Madrid is catching up. Right now, the like that league is like, in my opinion, like right now, like one of the most interesting to watch because you don't know who might win. Because I thought Atletico had this in the bag. They had like a good win. They had like more points than Madrid and Barca, but they're dropping. Like they're being very inconsistent. They're tying way more often, and I don't see like them wanting it. Like in the end of the season, I could see them. I see them. I see Atletico Madrid losing against Barca. Against Barca, I don't know. I don't know. It's sad to me.
I mean, they're dropping, but without really showing it in a way, because they're still in first place, obviously. But like Alberto's saying, like they're Barcelona, Real Madrid, they're tied at points right now, and Madrid got who was that? Wait, Atletico. My bad. Who do they have up next?
Also, if
Alaves.
yeah,
I'm sorry if I butchered that name. But like if that can't clutch up against a 19th seed, I don't know what's happening with Atletico. I really don't know what's going on with the coach, with the players, their tactics. Something's going on.
also, in my opinion, if Atletico wins, it's gonna be a big middle finger to the Barca board since they kicked out Luis Suarez to Atletico for for free and for free, I guess, like for so much low money, a world class striker, and he goes to Atletico. He performs well. He disappears sometimes in those games that are needed, but if Luis Suarez wins in Atletico after he left Barcelona, after they said he wasn't needed anymore, I'ma laugh and cry because I love Barca, but I will cry.
The only reason I want Barca to win the La Liga is for my man Griezmann. You know, I just want him to see a fucking trophy, bro. Other than fucking Europa League, the World Cup. You know, I feel like he's not in his prime anymore, even though he should be. But he should be. What the fuck? He's only 30 now. You know, I think being in your prime is 26 through like 32. Those are your prime years. And I feel like he's not been that. Atletico Griezmann, because I feel like Messi fills that role still, and yeah, just want Griezmann to lift the trophy.
It's also sad for me seeing like Coutinho not being there anymore. Being injured a lot. I expected him to do like way more. Like he does perform. Like he does show up in the matches that he's in. But it sucks seeing him always like injured or always like I don't know. But I hope they don't sell him during the summer. I hope he stays and they keep him because we don't know what's gonna happen with Messi. I feel like Messi, like the only way to convince Messi to stay is winning Copa del Rey and the Liga, man. So yeah, Bayern for Lazio, easy dub for Bayern. Oh no, I mean one more, Bayern and Lazio. That's it. 2-1, good game for Bayern.
What do we gotta say? That's
Pretty,
it. Bayern
yeah.
passing easily. Not like Barca over 2 legs. 7-2.
I just have to mention it, Roberto. I don't know what your delusion of mind was going through, like what phase you were going through, but there was no way, Messi was getting a hat trick. There was no way Barcelona was putting off the comeback with that
If
lineup,
you
with that team. Mm-mm.
if you saw that game, if Dembele and Messi scored that penalty, if Dembele didn't miss all those goals that he had, and there were perfect chances for Dembele to score it. If he scored it, they would have won. And if Messi had scored that penalty, they would have won. PSG wasn't doing nothing. They were just like passing the ball back and forwards. They were not doing anything. They weren't solid. They weren't a good team. That's why I'm seeing Bayern winning against them. Bayern is a better team. PSG is only like good in their table because they buy good players.
Your butt hurt.
You
Your
got
butt hurt. Your butt
wait, do
hurt.
you
That's why you want.
disagree?
That's why you want Bayern
Okay,
to
wait.
win. That's why
Question.
you want
Look,
Bayern to win. Your
hey,
butt.
no, look.
That's why you
Question,
want Bayern to
Fernando.
win.
Question,
No, he
Fernando.
said Liverpool's
Question.
going to win.
No,
Remember
no.
that.
Shut up. Wait. Shut
He
up.
said
Hey,
Liverpool's going to win.
imagine this scenario. Okay, PSG isn't the Premier League. Do you see them actually doing good,
Yes.
bro? Hell no, bro. They only win because they buy good players.
Okay, look at
They
Man
don't
City.
like.
Look at Man
Isn't that how you
City.
win,
They
though?
buy good players, and look at them.
And look at them right now.
So
They're winning.
shut.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
they're buying
possibly
good
win the
players.
league.
They're buying good players, and they're winning.
You're literally explaining how a
And
good
their
team
league
functions.
and PSG's league isn't even compatible against the others.
I mean, now they're like in
Like
second.
example,
But yeah, I feel like
like
PSG would be a contender in the Premier League.
I mean, but real
yeah,
talk though, who watches League One? Or I don't know how I butchered that name, but like, who watches that and doesn't like what watches anything besides PSG and like the other big
Monaco.
Monaco? Like who else really like? I'm talking like a bunch of people. Like obviously besides the like the French people.
That's what look. That's what I'm saying. They're only buying good players because they know their league isn't watching.
But
They
that's what
only
I'm saying.
buy they only buy good players who try to win Champions League because that's the only thing they're missing.
Exactly.
What do you think
And
they
they're
don't really
not
give?
winning it. You see, because they're not good. They're not good against the other big teams.
What other
Look,
big
if you were
teams?
like the like
They
other
won
big
your
teams,
big team.
could wait. Now we can't compare. Like if we're gonna put
Nah, we
Barca, right now,
your
let me
Barca's a
talk.
big team. Barca's a
No, no,
big
wait.
team.
Look, what I'm saying, bro. Look, this Barca is not good. Everybody knows that. But if we're gonna put Barca, Pep Guardiola's Barcelona against this PSG, Pep Guardiola's Barcelona would have won. Even Luis Enrique Barcelona would have
Obviously,
won.
they would have fucking won.
Of
Look at the
course, you see,
players they had. Look at the players they had. Obviously, and the system they had. Obviously, they're gonna fucking smack them.
because look, right now Barcelona is playing solid. They're building up because they finally have Coleman finally have a good information for them. Coleman had to pick up the dust of what the Barcelona board did. They were just buying players because they thought that's what they needed. But no, look.
No, shut up. Don't act like
Barcelona,
y'all
shut up,
weren't.
nah, nah, shut up,
Don't act
shut
like
the,
y'all
shut
weren't giving
the,
him
shut, nah,
death
shut up,
threats in the
shut up,
beginning of the
bro.
season. Don't.
All right, Man City versus Dortmund. Man City's gonna win, in my opinion.
Yeah, Man City taking it. I don't see Borussia doing anything. And Haaland might be leaving if they don't make Champions League.
I'm not gonna lie. This matchup, Man City and Dortmund, is gonna be good. It's you know it's gonna be good. Both Dortmund, Man City, big name teams, title contenders. But at the same time, they're also like not like that famous like the other clubs like Real Madrid, Barcelona, like the bigger club names, like obviously. But it's still like that match is gonna pack a punch, dude. That like it's gonna be fun to watch.
Bayern versus PSG. Bayern's gonna win, obviously. PSG isn't a good team.
I still see your butt hurt. I think it's gonna be like the final. It's gonna be hard to watch. It's probably gonna be a 1-0 victory. I don't know who, but someone's gonna win 1-0. And it's gonna be in the second leg.
Bayern's gonna dominate the whole game. They have a better team. They have a better system. Watch, they're gonna dominate the.
That's your jealousy talking. That's your hurtness,
Like,
you get me?
want to bet? Want to bet? Want to
You're
bet?
hurt. You're still hurt. You're still hurt.
No,
We'll
okay, come
continue.
on.
But we move.
Do you want to bet? Let's bet, bro. Let's bet on this game. You're confident on your
Gustavo,
PSG.
I said it's a 1-0 victory to either side.
So yeah, my prediction on Bayern versus PSG. I'm sticking with Alberto, but at the same time, also agree with Fernie. I got Bayern, but I feel like it's gonna be a 2-0 on either side. It's either PSG winning 2-0 first leg, or Bayern wins 2-0. Either one team is dominate. Because like I'm agreeing with Alberto's opinion, where like the last game PSG wasn't showing up. Like they were just passing the ball around and like really just messing up everything. But if Bayern can actually execute it, I mean PSG, then I see them getting a big upset on Bayern. But if Bayern just keeps their stable space, bro, against PSG, it's over. They're not scoring single.
All right, the other game is Chelsea versus Porto. I see it. It could be an interesting game. I feel Porto is a solid team. I feel like they're gonna put more a fight than Atletico did. But I see a Chelsea coming out on top. Chelsea are way more attacking. I don't know, but I feel like Porto could handle Juventus well and their attacks. I feel like it's gonna be a solid game. I don't know. I see an even match.
I think Porto's gonna advance, and I see them playing the same way they did against Juve. And yeah, I just see Chelsea struggling a bit, but it's gonna be a good game. But Porto's gonna take it.
I don't know. I'm hearing you guys talking about Porto a lot, but I'm feeling Chelsea, man. I don't know why. After that 2-0 and 1-0 against Atletico, I'm gonna go against you two. I'm gonna give it to Chelsea. I see again though, 1-0 first leg against Porto.
All right, moving on. Moving on from Champions League. Let's talk about the national teams, how they did. The youngsters, they're doing very well in the Olympics. They plays with 0 defeats, was one scored against, one goal against, and right now and today, as we speak, they played against Canada, or yesterday because it's midnight now. Mexico won 2-0. I see it an easy dub for Mexico again. Easy dub. Even though Honduras played well against the United States, which we'll talk about in a second, I see Mexico being a way more solid team because I feel like comparing these players to the Mexico team is that these youngsters actually do play for their club. They don't get like few minutes. I feel that's what Mexico does well now. That cats like these cats these players actually like play well. They're actually like subbed in. They're actually like the main stars. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this game.
I think Mexico, the youngsters, they're pretty good, and some of them should be in Europe already, but fucking the clubs be overpricing them, which I think is stupid. And yeah,
Um, Adding on to what Fernie Lost Brain said, um, I just gotta agree with Alberto's opinion about how, like, the younger lads, the U23, they're actual starters. And I just feel like, if you're gonna get a player to play on the national team and they're starters on their club and you're just keeping them on the bench, you're just not using your resources well. Like I might sound a little basic right now, but like compared it to like MLS, like they get bunch of them get called up to the national teams and they don't get played, or if minimum they get like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. So like either you're wasting the club's time or you're wasting national team time. Like you got the power to use star players right there, but you're not using them because they're league. Oh, like they're not old enough yet. They don't have the experience yet. But, like you don't know that if you don't try. But yeah, I also agree with Fernie. They could take it to the series.
Yeah, that's what something I don't like. How like sometimes they talk trash about the youngsters, but like you can't expect them to do good under like what 5 minutes of playtime or like 10 minutes. You can't always expect a player coming out of bench like to come in like in the 90th minute to do like a change if the coaches are not like subbing. That's what I don't like about Cruz Azul once in a while, that their coaches does subs if they're losing like around the 85 minute. I'm like, wow, how the fuck do you expect these guys to score like under 5 minutes? That's what pisses me off. But yeah, now let's talk about the United States upset against Honduras. Honestly, I was disappointed because I wanted like everybody else, I wanted Mexico versus the United States in a final. Honduras played well. The thing I don't give Honduras though is that they scored a goals on the United States mistakes. They no. I mean, take that back. Honduras played well. They worked on. They played how they knew the United States was making the mistakes. The players from the United States weren't being good. The goalie's mistake on the second goal was so disappointing. Basically bouncing it on the guy's leg. How dumb do you have to be to do that? I'm sorry, but so I was yelling at the TV when I saw that score go when that ball go in. But the player that scored for the United States, that was a banger. I don't know if you guys saw the game, how it went in. I loved it, but it wasn't enough. After they scored it, I thought the United States was gonna switch it up, play more harder, but Honduras made it, and they're doing good. Made it good. Mostly like Honduras and like teams like El Salvador, Guatemala never do good like in big tournaments, but seeing them actually do good makes me hopeful that probably like in the future they could probably make it to a World Cup. Let's hope. It'll be cool seeing like maybe one day Salvador. I'm not Salvadorian, but it'll be cool seeing them one day in the World Cup actually competing. I don't know.
Hopefully, you live long enough to see that day if it ever comes to fruition. But just before Frank says anything, or Alberto, since you're trying to cut me off right there, I see you, bro. I see you. Um, it's just yeah, like right now the young boys are doing a good job taking it to the final. Alberto, keep that paper down, man. I don't want to see that paper. Going up against Honduras. I mean, I don't hope they pull it off against us. You know, speaking as a Mexican, That is embarrassing to get beaten. Like no disrespect to my our Honduran fans out there, but you just don't have that good of a either U23 or national team in general. So I just want to see Mexico win. Alberto, what are you doing, man? What is that? Can you explain, Alberto?
It was just a sad face.
The U.S. They're really not gonna give a fuck. They're gonna say, "Oh, all of our youngsters are in Europe right now." No, I don't give a fuck if they're in Europe. You gotta play with the same intensity in any competition, and those sub 23 players are also gonna be in your future. And I know most of them are gonna say no, they're not, because they play in fucking weak ass leagues. That's gonna be the same excuse. It's your third time not qualifying for the Olympics, and yeah, it's bad, a bad squad. And their excuse this time is gonna be, oh, all of our youngsters are actually in the national team in Europe playing the friendlies and not competing like yours or in the Olympics. Hey man, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be.
What are your thoughts on Mexico versus Wales? Honestly, for me, I think Mexico played a good game. The goal was mostly from a mistake from the Mexico side. Wales score didn't score because they were playing better. But Mexico, honestly, they missed a lot. Chucky could have scored some, but I feel Mexico's gonna win against Croatia. They're playing against, I guess, Tuesday when this is uploaded. Mexico has a solid team. Like there's the new members coming in, and the old members. Some old players still here, like Ochoa, Hector Herrera are still here, kicking around. Andres Guardado. Honestly, I'm glad seeing them play, but I'm glad seeing like the youngsters like Diego Lainez now on the field. Oh, yeah, I'm. I see Mexico winning against Croatia, and I see Mexico probably. Let's hope they break the
They're
curse
playing
of the
Costa
round
Rica.
16. Oh, Costa Rica, Croatia. My
Come
bad,
on
bro.
now, dog. Come on, man.
Bro, I've been making mistakes today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I feel let's hope Mexico, when it gets to the World Cup, they actually break the round 16 curse, because it's sad seeing them always lose in the round 16. Because Mexico deserves way more, bro. Like how they play. I don't know. I feel like even though it can't, I feel like I wish there was a tournament where Mexico could play with like the more like European national side, because I feel like the Northern American national side isn't giving Mexico any help with improving their team. Because let's be honest, I don't think there's any national side from like the North American countries that are helping Mexico improve like in those tournaments.
You like once again, I'm agree with Alberto here. Like what other national team here in like Northern America and Central America that really like gives us a real challenge. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes they give us an upset, and like they win magically or like somehow like we just lose. Like we're just not on our A game. But like it's not consecutive. Like maybe it's once in a while. Like no team here like gives you consecutive like it's a pain in the back. Like we're always winning that. I'm not saying like we're like the best team either, because like Alberto said, like if we can go up against like more often teams in Europe, that would actually improve our team and how like their players. Because if you're just playing Jamaica, USA, freaking Honduras, Salvador, like every other day, and you go up against Germany or something, like you're like, what the hell? It's not the same thing as other teams, because other teams aren't that experienced in qualifying for World Cup, qualifying for other like tournaments, So it's just like
I didn't really see the game. I just saw a stat. It said 70 something possession of Mexico, which I think that make me think they dominated the game. I didn't really watch the highlights either. and yeah, hopefully they win against Costa Rica, and we get more games against Europe teams because, like you guys are saying, the level here in Central America and North America aren't really that top. Or hopefully they get to play more South American teams because they seem to talk a lot of shit. And yeah,
Yeah, honestly, like it sucks seeing like the United States national team as well. Like sometimes like upsetting more, like not qualifying because it makes I don't know. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong or like not agree with my opinion, but sometimes if the U.S. national team does bad, it makes like European teams like not collect our players anymore. You know, the use that we have because there's so much players like coming up in the United States that are good. You know, good players, but since the U.S. national team is like always disappointing, like many like European teams are like, why would we collect players from here if they're not like in performing well in like clubs in these kind of clubs? It's kind of like sad seeing how the I don't know, like what are you guys thoughts on that?
I mean, we could talk all day about this, but it's like a hella deep topic to talk about. It's just like MLS and like the United States, like they just aren't supported enough by the American people. Like people watch basketball, watch football. Like that's the most how do you say it? I don't know why it's say important. Most popular sport here in USA. So soccer isn't big. Like in Europe, it's big. It's huge. Obviously around the world too, because everyone watches football. But here in the US, it's the only country they call it soccer. Everyone else football, and then they're like, you know what? We're gonna make our own football, and that's what's popular in this country. It's not shown a lot. It's not supported. It's not advertised a lot. You have more people supporting football and basketball. So like not being showcased a lot in soccer like doesn't drive the talent for certain kids. Like most kids they stop after high school or college because they're not getting the things they need to play. Like not everyone gets a chance to like some people get a chance to play like Fernando. He gets scouted. Very few people get scouted. Like shout out to him for getting scouted. Keep on going with his soccer career. But other kids don't get scouted and they just give up because there's not a lot of like I'm telling you, there's not a lot of advertising for soccer, football. In this country, it's just mostly basketball and football, like American football.
Yeah, Fernando, like you from being like a like someone who like plays a lot, you know, what is your thoughts on that? Do you think like if do you think that it makes your chances worse if like the U.S. national team does bad like in this country, or what are your thoughts in general? Since what's your thoughts, bro?
for me, I'm not part of the nationals because I play club, which is totally different from academies. So academies, you play fucking, you get scouted and you go to D1 already. You play for it, or you just go to Europe. Depends how much fucking money you have, also. And like me coming from like not, I mean, I have a fucking roof over my head, but like talking about like academies and shit, like we don't really have that much money for it. And I'm not going D1 for obvious reasons. So that's why I'm taking, like I might be playing in like community college for like 2 years, or I don't know. But like for me, it doesn't really affect me yet unless I really pick up my shit. But like I guess my friends, some of my friends, they play for private schools. They're doing their shit. It probably might affect them and their recruitment.
Like once again, what Ferdy's saying, like it just really depends on where you go, what connections you have, how much money you have, because everything here is about money. Like it just goes back to like the advertisement of football here in the U.S. Like there's not a lot of it, so like they price it up more because no one's talking about it. No one's showing it a lot. It's not everywhere. Like in Europe, it's everywhere. So they got soccer camps everywhere. at whatever range prices you need it to. They're always playing. They always have it everywhere. Right here, you play basketball, or you play American football. They got basketball camps. They got football camps. Like they got other sports camps, but it's less with football. Like it's always less with football. And like California's saying, like it's more with clubs and academies. Like you gotta be paying $2,000 just to even sit on the pitch in an academy, to get your uniform, to get the equipment, to get for game. Not to mention the drive over there. Not like I don't know if they offer you a bus or not. Like it's just a lot you gotta be paying for. That they can't offer you that. Like not everyone can afford that, which makes the U.S. national team suck, which doesn't support MLS at all. Less people are joining, and they have to buy the old players from Europe, or like maybe for lucky young Mexican kids, and then even that too. But like, what's it called? People from what's it called? Liga MX are copying over here because of the fact that we have like barely any few. And like if you're lucky as well, like with the academies, they have to pay hella money for, you get scouted to Europe. Like a few people from FC Dallas and from like the New York Red Bulls, like starting from the academy, they got scouted already to Europe. But like that's in rare cases. Like it's again like it's really about advertising, and like it's shown here in the US.
Yeah, it sucks how like now like they I know how we're supposed to be talking about like leagues more, but it sucks how like now like your talent now is basically based on how much money you're willing to pay now. Like I've seen so many people like for example when I go watch people play at like at the park or small tournaments like of my like outside friends. It's sad how like they're like very good. I seen like the other players competing against my friend are very good, but seeing how like now like your talent is no longer about how good you are, it's how much you're willing to pay, which sucks. How like for America, like for like many kids in America, like if they want to make it like big now is about how much money they have in their wallets and how much their parents are willing to do it. And it sucks because there I seen so many kids that are good but their parents are we can't afford it, we can't, like they're paying the bills, especially in America, how everything here is so expensive. Like you guys seen how like when you want to go to the movies.
Unless you're like a fucking Messi type player, then yeah, they're fucking, because they're gonna want you. Like if
Yeah,
you're
like
like fucking beast, like they're obviously gonna want you and fucking pay for your shit. But
But yeah, but that's what we're saying though.
like if you're
If,
an average player, or like you're
yeah,
good and like your parents have money and shit, then yeah, they'll probably accept you for the money or not in some cases.
like that's the thing too. Like even like you said, if you're an average player and you're paying 2,000 and you still don't get better, it's just a waste of money and you wasted your time. And like there's other kids like Alberta saying like they're good, they have potential, but they don't have the enough money to be paying for an academy, or to be paying for like a private school, like Fernie was saying. But like other kids, that do have that potential and they're really good at the game, because they're playing every day and they're trying to get scouted. They have those chances. But not everybody always has time to like I have to go play every day. I got to go this place, this place, this place, because like it's hard, especially when you gotta be paying stuff. Like even that too, like the small thing is like paying a ref, like when you go to a park, like what was it, like $20, $10, 15, just to play again. Like you have to pay him to play, and like you got to get your card and stuff, and like be like, oh, you have a player here, and it's just like it just really depends on how much money you have.
damn sad topic. This what it was depressing for a while. Let's hype ourselves up. All right.
Like what?
Let's
Liga MX, come on, Cruz Azul.
all right. I don't know why, but this talk about money made me sad a little. I'm a little kind of depressed now.
Cause we broke, bro.
Broke was all right. Chris suit. I was honestly when I was watching the game, Brandon Angulo scored an amazing goal. Was a set. Jonathan, like Luis Romo, man, a player that's in the national team, that's a well deserved spot. The reason why we're dominating in the midfield is because of him. The reason why we won this game was because of him. And when he decides to leave us, I'm honestly very scared. because when Rafa Baca keeps fucking up, he's there to support us. Like he just says, "Move, you idiot. Let me help you." I'm like, thank you, Luis Romo. Man, like if it wasn't for Luis Romo. What's his name again? Juan Escobar. Juan Escobar, Jonathan Rodriguez. Honestly, if it wasn't for them, Cruz Azul would have been in a worse place. And also for many people that have talked shit about El Chuy Corona, he's still at his old age blocking, bro. He showed he's a good goalkeeper. It's just that his defense sucks. The defense needs to improve.
Venezuela, though.
No, he didn't play in the LAFC game.
He's still winning if he did play. Still winning.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Cruz Azul is playing good, and I don't. The only and we're close to May, which makes me nervous now, because when it's May, that's when the real party begins, because the tournament comes to an end, and I'm excited because it's time for Cruz Azul to prove who they are, not just winning the basic league games. I'm excited. Like, and also the upcoming games against Juarez, easy dub there. Chivas, I don't. Oh my god! Right now, I'm disappointed with Chivas how they're playing. They're playing with a full team of national, like I mean national. I mean with the Mexican players, and they're still. I don't know. I expected Chivas to be good. I don't like seeing them like in the bottom, because I like it when there's like the big teams, that the real big teams, not like Monterrey and Tigres there. I love seeing, even though I hate these teams, I hate Pumas and Chivas, but I love seeing them in the top with Cruz Azul and America to show them who's the real big teams. I hate Tigres with all my heart. Like that's the worst team in my face. Oof.
Let's talk about I really don't know how to pronounce these names, bro. Alcajale next in CONCACAF Champions League. Then you gotta face Chivas, and then 3 days later you gotta go against Alcajale again. I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like in the second leg against Alcajale you might lose, because you get a 4 to 3 day break after those games, and like I don't feel like that's not enough time. That's not enough time for like a player might get injured. Like I feel like they're gonna either get a knee injury or like hamstring or something, bro. Because you guys aren't used to playing back-to-back games, right? Like look at the 13th and then the 20th. 7 day break. Same thing with right here.
Damn.
6 day break. Right here. Okay, this one right here. This is way back. Crystal versus Mazatlan. That was a 4 day break. But so I'm saying these are 3 games in only a span of 7 days break, but it's split. So you have 4 days and then 3 days. So I'm saying like I say in the first leg you probably smoked them 3-0 or maybe 2-0. But then you got Guadalajara, which is I know they're not that good, but they're still a good team, still a title contender. And then you got to face the same team you just faced in CONCACAF Champions League again 3 days later. And you already know what happened, that little small training that we had just before Champions League against LAFC. So I don't know, but you guys are still gonna win. You guys are still gonna win. Trust me. I'm just saying though, like you're probably gonna be upset. You're like, man, I don't know how we didn't win. We should have beat that team. I'm like, it's just it depends on the break and the time schedule, man.
Yeah. Damn. Cruz Azul April months is, I think, one of the most important months, because Juarez is sometimes a solid team, and then after the 2 CONCACAF matches, we have the first CONCACAF match. After that is Chivas, and then the CONCACAF. 4 days later, right? 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
We play America, which will be an intense match. We can't lose that, because I don't want America to be first place. Because America is catching up with us. They need to drop points ASAP. April is like the most important month. Cruz Azul is winning this year. Novena, let's go.
Bernie, you've been a little silent. You want to take your thoughts on this?
Thoughts on what?
On America, bro, and Cruz Azul taking it this year.
Uh, don't really gotta say much. Just America taking it, and if not America, then it'll be another team. Definitely not Cruz Azul. Like I said before, they're gonna find a way to choke somehow.
Nah,
And
trust,
yeah,
bro. After 20 years, we got it, bro. Cruz Azul's taking it this year. I'm telling you, bro.
like trust, bro. Like Cruz Azul's not gonna take anything. Probably Concacaf, but being realistic, they're not taking league. Like I said before, they're gonna find a way to choke.
All right. Finally got some new updates on the MLS and LAFC. First game on April 17 at 3 p.m. LAFC against the new expansion team, Austin FC. It's gonna be a good game. We love smacking some new expansion teams like we did with Inter Miami. Then after that, we got Seattle, which is some good revenge at home again. Houston Dynamo, somehow surprisingly one of Alberto's favorite teams, who he doesn't even know about that much. He's always talking about it. But May 9th is the big day. El Tráfico at Galaxy. You know, we got a Galaxy supporter here, Fernando. Shaking my head. It's all AFC over here. Alberto knows it.
Galaxy's taking it, bruh.
Show
Y'all
them the
always
shirt.
suffer against
Show them
them.
the shirt. We went up against Galaxy, ended 4-4. I mean, it's not that surprising. You don't expect to get a big win against your rival during a preseason. I'm actually surprised they ended 4-4. I thought it would be like 1-1 because in preseason, not everyone plays. You get like every player gets 10 minutes of play time, and then we'll get subbed out, get subbed in just to test out everybody. But yeah, ended 4-4 in preseason against Galaxy. Chicharito did play, surprisingly, out of all the Trafficos, he plays when no one's watching because he kept making up that he was injured during all the Trafficos, just proving his weakness, this Carlos fella.
Sad seeing Chicharito play like this, honestly. I think we already talked about it before, right? No. Okay, let's not try to talk about another subject, but just to summarize, Chicharito needs to come back, man. Chicharito's a solid player. He always been. Yeah.
And in a few weeks, we're gonna be having our editor come through talking about LAFC with Gustavo.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that up right after the LAFC match, 17, which should be in like 2 weeks or so, or 3. But that's it for today, guys. Make sure to comment down your predictions for the next games. We got a big surprise coming up next episode. You guys are really gonna enjoy it. I say stay tuned, watch it, share with everybody, share with your parents, your friends, anybody you can share it with, share the video, like it, comment anything. We literally just want to hear from you guys. Any opinion you guys have on the podcast, what you guys want to hear next. Give your opinions, and that's it for today, guys. Peace.